Just had a fight with my woman over something trivial told. We rarely have confrontation. Admit the shit I said really was bold. Real talk, I think she get it from my mama. Her bitterness passed down from old. Tit for tat when I'm calling out her trauma. She too defensive to listen, I'll call so. Look in it, I got problems. You got the type of advice that I need. I couldn't get through on the Legend series. Dana was talking of the time that I need. Between working or being so clingy. Plus the time zone difference don't make it more easy. So I figured I'd call in early. Turn my life down, mercy, I got through. You tuned in. Force that's the show. Force that's the show. So just lay back your mind. Something new. Everybody tuning in. So cause he is the voice of reason, yeah.
Hey Zo, I'm calling your show, cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Yeah, we might as well get into it now. We might as well get serious. When I turn the camera around and you see the mob, I brought a mob today. You know why I brought a mob? Because this goddamn topic is too important to be left to the ladies alone. They will destroy the power. They must be guided. So I decided to bring some male warriors into this fight and tame them. Oh, I said tame. You can believe that. We got an author in here who wrote a book called How to Tame Your Woman. And he has tamed many of your kind. Yeah, we about to start some shit this evening on The Voice of Reason. Dash Talk Radio, you know what it is. Dash Talk is the station. Dash Radio is the network. And Dash Talk X is one of the many X channels. Premium. So, of course, premium show has to be on the premium channel. Therefore, the voice of reason is Dash Talk X. I'm opening up the phone lines tonight, too, because I need to hear from you. The topic is so fucking necessary. But, as is commonplace, before I get to the topics, there are things I must promote. Namely, my books. Listen, if you haven't gotten the relationship dismount, how to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship, you're a failure at happiness. You can get it at Amazon.com. In 3 formats: Audible, Kindle, and paperback. You want to save your relationship from the bullshit? Get this book. It's a workbook, 12 chapters. At the end of every chapter, there are exercises that you must do before you progress. The book is great. I'm serious. Go check out Amazon.com and see the reviews. The reviews ain't no punk. It's real shit going on. Then the follow-up. The follow-up got niggas' heads spinning, I'm going to be honest. On the Exorcist side of the game. They not ready for concepts like this. And this today's topic is going to cover some of this shit. The reason why you don't get real heat from relationship authors because of the bias in the publishing industry. We about to talk real shit this evening. The follow-up, the holographic relationship, the paperback is only available through me. You got to go to my website, IamZoeWilliams.com. Go order your copy right now. Let's move 200 copies today, right now. IamZoeWilliams.com. And then again, there's the Kindle version. You can do that if you're on the digital side of the game. Paperback is better, though. IamZoeWilliams.com. Also, I've had 2 of these, so if I appear to be amped, it's because I've had total package energy. Sorry. Greatest energy drink in the world. It's all healthy, natural amino acids. You know, the whole get down. You got to get it. TotalPackageEnergy.com. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you. It's the real deal. TotalPackageEnergy.com. I know a lot of you niggas are Ubering tonight. You need a bottle of Total Package Energy if you want to avoid causing an accident. Drowsy niggas. Anyway, and then you know, if you bring some products into the studio and they've been used, that shit good. That shit good if they've been used. Now, if you come in here and you see a full bottle of hot sauce, that means that shit nasty. When I tell you I carry this hot sauce in my car. Have you been to Bayou Grill in Inglewood? Yeah. Hey, nigga. Let me tell you something. They got their own hot sauce. They was mad at me because I walked into the place, ordered some shit, and pulled out this shit out my pocket. So, what is that? I said, nigga, this gunny fire right here. This one right here is gunny fire. He said, well, what is that? I said, it's internet hot sauce. It's internet hot sauce, man. Listen. I be conducting experiments with hot sauce. The other day, I had those Cheetos. I put the gunny fire and the Sergeant sauce. Now, these are all named after, because the dude is a Marine or was a Marine. So he done named everything after, this is Sarge, this is gunny fire. Sergeant sauce. And then the hot sauce that doesn't have the heat, but has all the flavor. Schmuckatelli. I got a box of hot sauce in my car. Do you understand? I got a box of this shit. What is it called, Peaches? Let me turn on your mic. What is this hot sauce called?
Schmuckatelli.
No.
Oh.
What's the name of the brand?
Bill sauce.
I never want you to say it again.
That's as good as it gets. Bill sauce, okay? Bill.
Who knows how to say it? I know.
Cherelle, Mimi, help him.
Cherelle, it's Bill sauce.
That's what I said.
No, you didn't. BillSauce.com.
I tried.
All right? This is the greatest hot sauce in the world. I'm excited about it. You should be excited about it, too. That concludes our promotion, except for my homeboy. Let's get him on the mic real quick. Really quick, my man RahKhem .com.
Yes, sir.
Can you speak to some of the books and some of the work that you and Juju Mama herself have done?
So many books. My latest book is The Art of Open Relating, Volume 1, Theory, Philosophy, and Foundations. It's about open relating. It's about relationship styles, what's going on with monogamy, et cetera, et cetera. I have a book called Finding Male Sexuality, which is for men, how to really connect with women on an intimate level. And then Tame Your Woman, Be the Man She Needs, a book for men on how to find their masculinity, especially those who have been raised in a feminine world, all feminine teachers, single-parent household with the mother. These men have adopted feminine principles.
Wait, hold on, RahKhem. Fix your face and your head, because your shit is tilted weekdays. Your shit is tilted. You already got your wall up. Fix it.
I made enemies that quick.
Just finish saying what you were saying, RahKhem.
That's how Juju Mama does. So I have those books out. Plus, we have the Love Academy online, jla.jujumama.com. That's where we teach about relationships, gender, masculinity, femininity, sexuality, and how to master your relationship situation. So, yeah, check us out, jla.jujumama.com.
All right, I'm going to open up the camera so everybody can see who's in the building. Oh, shit. It's a world of motherfuckers in here. Yeah, dig? God damn. Everybody up in this motherfucker. Tone Talks. Say what's up, man. When is your show airing?
7 p.m. We talking Joe Biden tonight. You know he announced.
Oh, man, it's going to be crazy.
And he racist as fuck.
Here we go. Here we go. You know niggas going to be tap dancing and soft shoeing and they're going to put sand on the ground. And
cadre of blacks. We're going to put them in prison.
Oh, Lord, Django, when they catch your ass, there's going to be a gang of Stevens out there. Watch, you'll see. Now, my homegirl KeyBee in the building.
You love to call me KeyBee, but you know I call myself KeyBee.
I'm going to call you KeyBee.
Yeah, I know.
It's KeyBee. But KeyBee is what I call her.
Right.
Peaches is in the building. Say hi, Peaches.
Hey, y'all. What's up? Love you. Thanks for listening.
And then a newcomer to the fold. She is of the delectable order. She is built exactly like an hors d'oeuvre. Look at RahKhem said, yes, indeed. So, her name is Robin. She's the youngster in the group. We will see what she has to contribute to said conversation. Weekends, the Black Weekdays, sorry. The Black Linda
Have you
Blair.
changed my name from Weekdays?
It's Weekdays, Cherelle. It's Weekdays.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
The Black Linda Blair is in the building. Of course, Sara without the H.
Hi.
There we go. All right, here we go, niggas. Here we go. Now, when you guys hear me talk, I didn't forget Mimi. Mimi's right next to me. You know, dig? Me and Mimi about to share this mic together. Ain't we there? Mimi, yeah. Mimi, my girl. They see Mimi. They don't see y'all. They know Mimi here. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the camera. Anyway, so when y'all hear me talk about chat room, hit the like button, share, super chat, I'm talking to my YouTube. We are almost at 48,000 subscribers. Closing in on 9 million views. You know, dig? 380,000 views in the last 28 days. That's the sound when you're shitting on them. Okay, sorry. Anyway, when you hear me talk to my YouTube fam, it's because I have to acknowledge them. We love them. We appreciate them. Y'all know what it is. Keep hitting the like button, the share button, the super chat. Let everybody know that you're here. Somebody just gave us $200 on the super chat.
Yeah, MT.
Wow, MT, my nigga. In the name of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, thank you, Jesus. Okay. All right, here we go. Y'all ready for this topic? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, we got some rules. Let's try not to talk over each other. I expect it to be heated based off of the tilt in Weekdays' head. The tilt. But we got to do it. The reason why I put this topic together, me and Tone was talking about it earlier. The publishing industry restricts what you can really talk about when it comes to relationships. Why? Because the publishing industry, I'm talking about major publishers, they have an agenda. You know what their agenda is? To lie to you fuckers. You women. It caters to you. And you can't really tell the truth. Am I lying? You can't really tell the truth. They'll be like, oh, you're going to fuck up the people you trying to sell this book to. So a lot of fantasy, a lot of bullshit gets put into these relationship books in order to assuage the feminine ego. The one that capitalism gave birth to. Oh, damn. I know you didn't want to hear that. Well, today's topic, quite simple. I have to laugh about it because I be thinking about it. I'll be like, oh, this is going to piss people off as I'm typing. This is just going to piss people. I have to do it. Childish relationship beliefs. A more in-depth look at how limiting and inflexible ideas destroy relationships. I know it's sad to call you guys childish. The relationship scene with their beliefs. And men are mannequins and puppets that perform for you. And we're not going to perform tonight, goddammit. The performance is over. Somebody told you your pussy had power, huh? Not in a capitalist context. Not in a transactional context. Most women don't even know the real power of that pussy. That's why they can barter it. If they knew the real power of the pussy, they wouldn't barter it. Uh-oh. Here we go. Childish relationship beliefs. Are inflexible relationship expectations wrong? Some people don't think so. Some people think, God damn it, this is what I want. This is what I desire. I deserve. I'm so sick of women talking about what they deserve. You deserve what you get.
No, that's terrible.
Somebody said, no, you don't. You don't deserve what you get. Not all the time. Sometimes bad people, listen how it's framed. I heard a brother say this the other day. Sometimes bad men are attracted to good women just because of their light.
Because of what?
And their light. Like, you know,
Their
damn,
vibes.
she dope. I just want to get in there and fuck up. No. Because, listen, you can't have what you're not. That's universal. Do you understand what I'm saying? Name a person that ain't fucked up, male or female. There's something fucked up about everybody, period. And whatever is fucked up and unresolved attracts that to them. A lot of people just, no, Tom, you got a wonderful woman doing good. That's that publisher mentality. Ain't no real wonderful women out there that are flawless, attracting fuck-ups. Do you understand? It just doesn't make sense, right? Well, a lot of women believe that.
True.
Has the incessant march of technology made the bedrock expectation of gender roles obsolete? She's making more money. She's more educated. She's more skilled. How he supposed to be Paul Bunyan in the relationship? How he supposed to be Davy Crockett, nigga? You don't sell raccoon hats no more where niggas running around with a musket.
In Texas. You know what?
Huh?
Do in Texas.
I'm saying technology is changing the whole landscape. You make $200,000, you better pay for this meal. You better get the tab, motherfucker. Huh? Men get to now start doing what women did back in the day. Women don't agree with this. Men get to say, you're wasting my time. Don't women say that to men all the time? You're wasting my time. Oh, God. We're not going to go around the room and ask.
You know
why? Your mic isn't on, is it?
You know why women say...
Bye-bye. We're not ready for you. Yeah. Just had a talk with Peaches before the show, and there she is again. God damn. She just, fuck it. I don't know. Does extreme poverty put a silent time limit on pursuing your dreams and desires when you're married? You know how women do? You've been at this for a while now, nigga. Huh? You got to start getting realistic. That dream shit don't pay the bills, my nigga. I'm just saying, poverty got a lot to do with if you happy or not. No, a lot of niggas don't know how to be poor and in love. A lot of niggas know how to be poor and striving. Because most motherfuckers think if you striving, well, at least you're doing something. Oh, God, expectations, man. Here we go. Last question. Oh, God, I feel bad for a lot of people. If there are no wealth transfers and we live in an era of extreme wealth calcification, not expansion, why do we expect relationships to produce assets and stability? Tone Talks, that's for you. Because you tell us the numbers. What do the numbers look like, Tone?
Well, man, I did your foreword in the book, and I kind of talked about some of that. So if you pick up his book, I talk about the context of what black people are dealing with, particularly. But the bottom 90% of America, regardless of race, doesn't have the wealth it had, like when most of us were born in 1980 or before that. So what's happening now is the reflection of the creation of Jeff Bezos, the creation of Jay-Z, the creation of Beyonce, the creation of wealth hoarders. Is showing up in like black life. And I think for a lot of black people, instead of confronting that and realizing who is your real enemy outside of your house, you make your enemy inside of your house. So you giving $100 to Beyonce, but you ain't got enough to eat next month. You in a space where you don't understand what comes next is, I don't care how many Herbalives, I don't care how many little get rich quick schemes, I don't care how many times you tell yourself that tax business that you was doing wasn't fraud. What's coming next is a world where the bottom 90 won't be accruing assets like what we just saw in the last 20 and 30 years because the policies just don't support that. So then the question becomes, how you going to have love inside of that? We know in most of these cities, L.A., middle black family worth $200 liquid. I'm not guessing. This comes out of UCLA and Duke. In Miami, the report came out less than 3 weeks ago. It's $11. And most of us don't really. What's so funny?
$11.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's $11 in Miami, nigga.
Yeah.
$11.
Arroz con pollo.
Well, what you get? It's funny because somebody, y'all know, I support Breaking Brown show. Yvette Carnell, ADOS in the building. But one of the things that you see is that black people confuse like money in your pocket and money that you worth. So somebody called in and said that a dope dealer told him he was, he got $150,000. But he won't tell you about the child support arrears. Them 2 kids, $80,000 each. He won't tell you about the credit cards or that he didn't file taxes the last 5 years. So I'm saying, like, I think for a lot of us, what we're living on is the bills not catching up with us. The bills of life. We're not dealing with the grandma that's asking us to pay for her knee surgery or all these things. And so, so what's ending up happening?
Why he's laughing at the knee surgery?
That's just the truth. What's happening now is that black folks is reinventing themselves and making it like this stuff ain't real in life. And it really is.
Huh? Here we go. Where your expectations come from? Huh? Who gave you that bullshit belief? RahKhem! Talk to us, man.
Yeah, you said it on your last show, Zo. Disney. That's the foundation of what a relationship is in this country. That's where the romance and the fantasy comes in. The prince and princess ride off into the sunset. No tools, no effort. It's just happily ever after, which is complete bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And so, shows like Say Yes to the Dress, The Bachelor, all that kind of stuff, it's just creating a culture of relationship bullshit that cannot be sustained, that creates false expectations that are just crushing families. You see what I'm saying? And it wouldn't be so bad if it was just happening in the dating world, which is happening rampantly in the dating world, but it's actually happening in marriage. And we see children are the quote-unquote victims of, men and women not being able to get along or not being able to make adjustments to the reality of what's happening in life. And so we got to fix this whole Disney standard and go to something that's more realistic or statistical based, like the brother was talking about.
And here we go. You've heard from the men. Now, you guys, the ladies, I want to give it to you guys right now. I see you guys as the Jehovah Witnesses and Mormons of... No, listen to me. Of this bullshit relationship doctrine that you expect of men. Yes. You guys are the culprits. Right? Do you agree with Steve Harvey when Steve Harvey says if women demanded that men wore zoot suits in order to get the pussy,
They do it.
we do it. Most men would jump through hoops. Look at Robin. Just let Robin walk through here the other day. Niggas was like, so somebody here to see you. Settle. It's a human. It's fine. It's okay. It's a human woman. Relax. Mimi walking in. I'm gonna tell you who's the biggest culprit is Phil. Where is he? He's in there. Mimi walking in and we be like, so did you see me? So again, if that's the case, and most men are jumping through hoops and pop locking to get the cookie, as Steve would call it, then you guys are the culprits. You guys are the authors of a lot of the limiting relationship beliefs. So what I want to hear from you, starting with Weekdays and then Mimi, yes, yo ass. I want to hear your top 3 unrealistic, limiting, inflexible, and damn near intolerable relationship expectations you have of men. Don't act like they all in line. Look, watch this shit. Here we go. That's why I went to you first. Let's go.
No, this is just a very loaded question, so I was just breaking it down. My unrealistic expectations.
I don't know. See? Fuckery.
Mimi, you go for it. I don't. What's unrealistic? I feel like I have realistic expectations. Like, I don't expect more of a man than I would expect of myself. So, I don't really think them being unrealistic. If I demand excellence out of someone, I demand that out of myself. So, if you just don't feel like holding yourself up to that standard, that's that person's issue. But that's what I hold myself up to. So, if I'm trying to consistently take myself to another level, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying this is what I demand of myself. So why is it an issue if I demand that of another person?
Did you answer the motherfucking question?
I told you. I don't know. I don't have 3 unrealistic
I asked for 3,
so.
and you don't have... Okay, cool. Mimi, yo 3. I know.
I feel like when I'm in a relationship, I think sometimes something that's unrealistic is that I think that they should know better, or they should know me, or they should understand, like maybe something we didn't even discuss, maybe because I feel like they know me so well, we kick it so much. Maybe we talked about that, or you get that about me, but really maybe we didn't even go over those details. You feel me? But in my mind, I feel like, hey, you should know about that. And then, but when you discuss it and you figure out, oh, we really didn't discuss it in that magnitude, then it's understandable why I felt that way. But I feel like I do that sometimes. I'm like, you should know. You know what I mean? You know what I like and I don't like that, or whatever the case may be. And I think vice versa.
KeyBee?
I really don't feel like anything I want is unrealistic.
Wow.
No,
this
but
is
really,
why I
really.
like putting y'all on display for the world to see the fuckery. Continue.
I mean, what Mimi said, I think naturally people think like that, meaning like, something happens, it's like, oh, why you didn't already know that? Be like, oh, my bad, we didn't talk about that. But let me tell you now, but if you do it next time, now it's a problem. I get that, but all the little things that go through relationships, I think everything that I want personally isn't unrealistic. Like, for example, I mean, I might have been a little late right now, but usually I'm not late. So,
wow, she gonna take credit for being late. Go ahead, continue.
Right. So I just don't like when people waste my time. So if we say we're gonna be somewhere at 7, and you know at 5 o'clock, you know you're not gonna be there at 7, tell me that. You know what I mean? I don't think that's unrealistic, and other people will be like, oh, well, you know, you're not there yet, you didn't leave yet. Some people think that's a problem, and I don't think that's a problem.
Peaches, you better come with the fire.
Well, I could be unrealistic than a motherfucker most of the time. I'm just going to say, because I'm an artist, first of all, so my mind don't work like most people's anyway. But I expect a dude to know to call me. I shouldn't have to guess when you're going to call me. If you like me, you're going to call me. So I think it's unrealistic to think he's not busy.
Is that thirsty?
No, that's unrealistic to think he's not a busy person.
Are you thirsty?
That my time is more important than his. That's not thirst. That's not thirst. Thirst is if I'm just calling a nigga back to back. Call me. No, I'm saying someone that is into you. I expect him to know what he's supposed to do, but that's a false expectation to assume his time isn't as important as mine. And that's probably my most unrealistic expectation. I will be honest about that, is that I expect you to know I'm a busy motherfucker. Call me back right now.
You can't just tell him that? Okay, cool. Robin, go ahead. The youngest of the bunch. You have to speak into the microphone.
I would say one unrealistic expectation is if I tell somebody, like, understand my feelings, like, because I feel like if you don't express, like, how you feel about a certain thing, like, they're not going to know that, like, I feel like nobody's a mind reader, so you can't, like, always know what's on a person's mind without expressing yourself. Or if I say, like, if I think that I always come first, like I come before, I don't know, like your family, your friends.
What? What?
Okay.
You believe you come before everybody?
She said it.
That's what she wrote.
No. Okay.
These motherfuckers crazy as hell. Well, I'm in your life, so I come before everybody. Go ahead, finish, Robin. This shit's great.
I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that I feel that way. I just thought that you were asking, like, in general. Yeah. I thought that you were, like, asking in general. Like,
oh, you're not saying that's you.
Yeah. Like,
get it. No,
I'm not.
Get us up off you, because we... But
Here you go, girl.
Go ahead, Sarah, without the H.
Well, mine is that I expect you to be like my grandfather was to my grandmother, because like he didn't fool with me that much, but he loved my grandmother. Like, he really, really like old school love. So it's like, I want, I guess it's unrealistic to think that guys should be like real old school, like chivalrous, and they're very, like very accommodating to a woman. Guys back then, that's what they did. They wooed with, especially if they had a plant job or something. They was bringing in their cash. There was one of the Negroes in the neighborhood actually had a car.
Did she iron his clothes?
Huh?
Did she cook all his food?
She did all that.
You got women today that don't even want to cook.
Yeah, but no, my grandmother did that, but she also was an entrepreneur and she had her own business and everything like that.
No, I'm not dealing with what else she did. I'm just saying the components of his life. If she disappeared, the nigga might not know how to crease an iron.
Yeah,
crease his pants.
Yeah, but
he might not be able to cook an egg.
You're totally coming at me, and I'm just saying about my unrealistic goal.
Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, just want that, like, old school type love that you can't find out here, but you want to implant it into some dude's head. Like, why are you acting so young when I want you to think like your grandfather?
But your grandfather's from a different time.
Exactly.
He's from a different generation.
Time warping.
But see, we talked about this before, Tone. No, we talked about this before. I put it in the book, Relationship Obsolescence. Right? At the end of the motherfucking day, technology is making your granddaddy obsolete. Niggas are not getting up under a car anymore to change the oil. Niggas are not taking out carburetors like Granddaddy did, blowing in shit. Spray some WD-40 in that and then hit the throttle. Niggas ain't doing that shit. Right. It's a different time.
But Zoe, I think we also got to add in what I'm seeing out here is I'm gonna throw in a new twist though.
Go ahead.
I'm seeing a lot of young women dating their mama and their girlfriends. When I say that, like I think that era, what happened was we got in a relationship and all these subsidiary relationships of mothers and sisters became real secondary to this primary relationship. Whereas now what you're saying, because the mama got your money in the house or whatever it is, y'all got a weird relationship. You basically do all the stuff you would do with a mate with your mama. And maybe it's because her husband don't do it. Maybe it's because she's single, but you do it with your mama. And then you also do it with the homegirls. So then what happens is then you do a piece of life with this man, but you want your man to be like a 1950s relationship.
Look at that.
But we not invested that way in each other.
Why your face like that? Weekdays. Fix your face. RahKhem. Let me just say this. I think the more spiritual gender. Challenge me. Call me. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. I think the more spiritual gender of today is men. Only because we're socialized different. And I think accountability leads to spiritual development. Accountability, being responsible, that's man shit. And I think that's the stairway or a stairway to spiritual development. It's almost like a rites of passage. And I think women in this society, it's a little different. It's a little different. Just like Tone said, he just outlined some shit. You want your grandfather, but you not willing to do the shit your grandmother would do for your grandfather.
They create a need, just a basic need on a physical level.
Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Talk to me about that. What do you think? Do you think relationships nowadays have lost their spiritual purpose, or we've lost our way in that sense? Talk to me.
Yeah, in terms of the spirituality, without a doubt. You know, I mean, the foundation of a relationship is the fact that we are going to grow together, right? The fact is, when I come together with you as the man I am and the woman that you are, that we have some growing to do, that we're going to enter this marriage and we really have no idea what this is going to be about. We have no idea how we're actually going to be challenged emotionally, spiritually, and on every other level. And that the whole point and purpose of that is that we're going to come together in love and we're going to grow through that. We're going to conquer these challenges, right? We're going to support each other in that. And that is the spirituality that's missing from relationships today, right? And that's the whole point and purpose. The only thing that we know for sure in marriage is that you will be challenged like you've never been challenged before, that you're going to have to grow and mature in order to make this work. We know that for a fact.
RahKhem, women have been empowered, emboldened even. You will not be challenging nobody. Because now they got money in that wallet, in that purse. That pussy got options. Let's just tell the truth. The challenge is uncomfortable. And a lot of women be like, I'm done. I'm out.
And that's the spiritual side.
That's the spiritual side.
So now we come to the social side.
Let's go.
And on the social side, what we see is fundamentally we're at a place where there ain't enough money in that house to support this marriage. It ain't enough money for what we want to be.
But a lot of women don't believe that.
It don't matter what you believe. It matters what you can pay for.
Ooh.
And I'm saying like what we're running into is the way that things have been structured is we can hide that lack of belief in the male's failure.
Weekdays does not believe what the fuck you're saying right now.
No, but let me finish. This is the point. When we fail, we say we fail together, but in actuality, it's his failure.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Oh yeah.
So what do I mean? I say this like this: if I thought you had life insurance and you stopped making payments because you couldn't, and you didn't tell me, and then you die on me, and then I don't get no life insurance, ain't nobody trying to hear from me that you cheated me. But if that same story happens the other way, then I failed you as a husband. And I think fundamentally what I'm bringing up is we have an archaic model socially for the role that men are supposed to play to make up for the instability of the moment. Whereas for women, it's always an out that I didn't know. Just like what? A child.
Ladies?
I mean, it almost seems like men are looking for an out. Like they're like, don't want to have this responsibility. And that, I mean, it really seems like you guys are complaining about anyone holding you accountable and wanting you to handle certain things. It really seems kind of lazy, or seems kind of like you guys want everything handed to you. So that's what I'm reading from.
Hand me that over there. God damn it. Yes, hand me some shit.
I guess for right now, let me just reply to that, because like what we're seeing right now is that people in the top 20%, male and female, they're getting stuff handed to them. It's called an intergenerational wealth transfer. And that's how you live a life, especially in a city like LA, that a lot of us talk about.
So wait, Tone, you saying black women have the aspirations of other races who are getting intergenerational wealth handed to them. Black women don't have that. I'm talking about black women in America, but they still have the expectation that that shit should be given to them too.
Let me give an example. During slavery, what we saw was that the slave owners, the males, were dying a lot faster than the females. What it created was a widowocracy, whereby white men like George Washington were hunting out white women that had inherited wealth from their husband. And so I say this to you to say, right now, in this moment, white women that are in your competition are inheriting wealth. Dowry is still being given. It might not be called dowry. Transfers are being made. If I hold you accountable to that standard, are you ready for that as well? If I asked you about your father and whether he's going to give us enough to pay for this house, are you ready for that as well? My thing is, I don't want to hold you to that, because I know by the data that you don't have it just like I don't have it. And maybe you're an anomaly.
Look at her. Ooh.
You're an aberration.
I can't speak for the data, but I would be anomaly. I mean, my father didn't have it, and he looks at his family. He realizes, okay, my parents were not able to provide for me the way, but I don't want to have that continue on. So he's made it his purpose to set me up for success, whether that means helping me achieve something, that whether it means putting me in a position to win with the job or financially or whatever, because he realized he wanted to break that pattern. And just because he was a product of that circumstance did not mean that I had to be as well.
And that's very rare.
Ladies, I have a question starting with Mimi. Oh, yeah. The real thing. The real thing. Unconditional love. The real thing. Not the bullshit. Not the bachelorette. Not the bullshit. The real thing. Or money. Make your choice. The real thing or money? Which do you want? Huh? Which will sustain you longer? Which will bring ultimate happiness to you? Now, as a man with children, I notice their mothers love their children unconditionally. But they have all types of stipulations and standards and principles and rules and indexes for me. Shit's conditional to the motherfucker. Huh? Which do you guys prefer? Bread or the real thing? Tell me the truth, please. Don't lie to me. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. Mimi, you go.
I'm going to go with love, but we going to make that bridge. You feel me? I'm never going to be broke, baby. Me and my boo going to get it. Don't ever trip on that.
Right.
Okay.
I respect that.
I bet you do respect that. KeyBee? KeyBee.
Thank you.
Jesus. I like KeyBee. Reminds me of Curtis Blow. Fine. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with money. I'm not gonna lie.
There we go.
I'm gonna go.
Somebody done told the motherfucking truth. Let's go. Go deeper.
Okay, well, because at this time in my life, I'm okay with being by myself. You know, there's a lot of people out there who, you know, they don't know how to be by themselves. They don't want to be lonely, or they say they're lonely because they don't have companionship like that. But I'm all right with being by myself. I'll travel by myself. I'll do all kind of shit like that by myself. Where some people would rather be doing it with someone else, but I don't mind.
You cool with that?
I'm cool with that. So I would much rather take the money, go travel, and do whatever I want with the money. And if I need to pay somebody to go with me and have fun with me, well, then there it is. I'm cool with that.
Wow. That's the realest shit a woman has ever said on this show.
No, it is.
Well, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to go with love, because I know money's not going to matter in this society, not too much longer, the way we know it. So people are going to be, the world's going to a whole other place, whether y'all see it coming or not. I hate to be that person, but money is not fucking going to matter. Bartering and trade will. So, yeah, I'm going to pick a man that know how to do a lot of shit with his hands and his mind. So I'll have to say love.
Robin, she is a youngling. I don't know if she will be able to answer this. There's not enough experience. Well, go ahead, Robin. Tell us what you think at this stage of your development. Love or money?
I'm going to go with love.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, tell us. Why? Nervous? Okay, never mind. Weekdays?
I have enough.
I like the way you hold that mic. Did y'all see that? Hold on.
First of all, I'm not going to redo
Do
it.
that
It was
shit
a one
again.
time. It was a one-time thing. I have a lot of unconditional love in my life, so I'm going to go with money. I'm sure he has conditions on me, so I'm with KeyBee. I'm good in myself. Like, I'm also an introvert by nature. So I need alone time. I need time to be by myself to reset my energy and my spirit. So I enjoy being able to separate from people. And even if I were in a relationship, that would be something that would be integral to my just personal well-being. Because of that, I'm very much like her. I will travel by myself. I will take myself out somewhere. I don't have problems with that. So I like money. I like the things that money brings along. And
We already know what you like.
so
We know you, Linda Blair.
maybe we'll evolve to unconditional love. We can see how it goes. But to start,
Oh, my God. Go ahead, Sarah. You too. Because I'm setting it all up.
I'm gonna say unconditional love, because it's the one thing in an interrelationship that I've always escaped. I've never had it.
You've never had it.
So I would love to have that.
Okay. RahKhem. The majority of the ladies here, a lot of them, it was kind of split. A lot of them said love. A lot of them said money. But for the ones that said money, do you see that as a type of spiritual dysfunction in terms of the development of meaningful relationships?
Well, that's a tough one. Yeah, I kind of do see it that way. But again, I know everybody's coming from their experience. You know what I mean? Like what they've dealt with so far. So like Sarah was saying, it's like, hey, I haven't had unconditional love yet. I want to experience that. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, my thing is, and this gets kind of metaphysical, but, when you can connect in love with someone, right, what you find is that you'll receive true happiness, right? And so it's like what Jim Carrey said. He said, I hope everybody in the world gets all the money they want so they can realize that's not the answer.
Do you see? Say more. This is where we are. Doesn't the cultivation of meaning produce the means to get money?
Correct. It was like we had a tantra event a few days ago where the whole point was to demonstrate that women can go into orgasm without touch, right? And so the way I explained is I said, well, if we create a vortex, right, where we kind of come together, where the men support the women and the women are able to, feel safe and secure in that environment, what you find is you create a vortex where you can create what you desire, right? So when women feel safe, when they feel loved, when they feel supported, when they see men standing strong for them, then all of a sudden they just kind of open up. And what you observe is like this incredible power, this incredible force. And so that's the foundation of, in my opinion, that's the foundation of, how we can create everything we desire, whether it's materially or emotionally. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. What happens is when you have all the money you have, and I've been homeless and I've had, tons of money in the bank. So I have a view of it. You realize that there is something missing without the human connection. You know what I'm saying? It's like what we realize is if we all get there together, that's euphoria. That's ecstasy, right? That's orgasm. When we're there alone, we do feel a sense of accomplishment, especially in the short term, but then we feel like a spiritual void.
But again, if society is teaching us with the principles of fear, which is if you don't get out there and get it, somebody else is going to get out there and get it, and you're going to be left without it. That's how we approach everything in this kind of society.
Exactly.
It's a fear-based society.
That's because capitalism, the way capitalism works is it promotes the concept of scarcity. So the only way I can really help you, make you buy my product and service is if I convince you that if you don't have it, you're going to be left out in the cold. So that's the whole concept behind like the sneaker thing with the Jordans or whatever. Like, hey, we only got so many pair. Or hurry up, buy now before, you know what I'm saying? So we create this scarcity thing and people get scared. I'm going to be left out in the cold. My neighbors are going to have this. I'm not going to have it. I'm going to look foolish. But again, it goes back to the metaphysical principles. The bottom line is you can create whatever you want. The bottom line is there is no competition. We can all eat. You see what I'm saying? The universe by nature is infinite. So we can all be multimillionaires.
I don't think women believe that anymore, though. Women believe in the law of attraction in the same way they believe in Christianity. They pick and choose which parts of it they want to fuck with.
Which is unfortunate because women historically have been the foundation of everything spiritual in the world. You see what I'm saying? Especially black women. So black women are the mothers, the grandmothers, the matriarchs of spirituality, of spiritual power, of manifestation, right? It's not just babies that women create. It's life. It's abundance, right? And so that's a lost art. And it's still happening today where women are creating an abundance for their families, themselves, their community, et cetera. But, they need to have faith in the essence of who they are as spiritual and human beings and learn to create and manifest whatever it is they desire for themselves.
The thing is, you called it childish relationship beliefs, and you set up a question, you said it binary, and you didn't add any context. And it was interesting that we took it to being alone and added that element to it. Because I don't think that you said that, if you did. Because I think one of the things that's starting to happen is we see the mother, the woman, not actually performing the role that traditionally you just described. And as a result, the relationships are just dissolving under that pressure. When I look at this, I still come back to the context of, you said safety. That's one of the things. Well, then, because we never define what safety is in context of what America is, we just be talking. So let's look at it. Let's talk about it. Top 10% of America is 1.2 million higher. Top 10%. Top 20% is 600,000 net higher. So when we say that I need some money, what percentile are we talking about? I don't play. So I'm saying, like, what's happening right now is that we sit around and we say things that are in the top 10%, whether it be I just want to do 2 weeks in this place, or I just want to be able to fly off when I want to, or I just want somebody to be on time. And I'm not saying that you got to be in the top 10% to be on time, but people that are driving Uber, as an example, have a higher tendency possibly to be running a little late. It's not an attack on you or anything else. We in survival as black folks. And I say all this just to say, coming back to it, I think one of the things that we're having right now is, I understand what you said about abundance. I don't think that this is that moment because of policy. Policy has created an environment where the top 10% of white folks have almost everything in this country. When I say everything, they have about 86% of the wealth, 85% of the familial wealth. Well, if they have 85% of the familial wealth, and then we talking like we want all the stuff that's in the top 10%, our relationship ain't gonna work in that pressure.
How about that?
We gonna start doing tax businesses and Herbalife and telling ourselves we doing business while we doing nothing but stealing from each other.
Uber.
Let's call it what it is.
We gonna do all that.
We gonna be Uberized. There was a young brother on Easter. He was shot in the leg and in the abdomen. College student, 23 years old. All he was doing was trying to do Uber and pick up somebody on Easter. And I'm saying to you today, what ends up happening is we just talk like it's 1970.
Mm-hmm.
But it's 2019. And if you saying that you're going to do it for money, let's put a number on it. And if you're going to say it's $1 million, almost all the millionaires in this country is white folks. We have 300,000 millionaires, 350,000.
Out of how many million families?
20 million black families, 350,000 are 1.2 million or above. You look at white families, 83 million, and this is Federal Reserve data.
83 million white families.
15 million or 1.2 million or above. All this reflects out of a history of slavery, Jim Crow, and everything else. What we did is just made everything up. So what happens is we get in a relationship, make him promise a bunch of shit he'll never deliver. Then when he don't deliver, we throw him away and get another dude that's going to make some new promises.
Do you see how... when you hear the numbers, you be like, God damn, it's like that. But
everybody you know.
What black people do is what we know. And you know what we know? The church and faith and just, it's going to be all right, baby. Just everything going to be. We'll go into that space without the real tools of how, the tools that can help us get out of that space. Now watch this. I talk about this guy all the time. The author of Power versus Force, Dr. David Hawkins, and he created the consciousness grid. At the bottom of the consciousness grid is what? Apathy and fear and anger. All these shits are low conscious spaces, right? Well, what's the difference between Dr. David Hawkins' consciousness grid and Abraham Maslow? The hierarchy of needs. Most women and men you come in contact with that are trying to be in a relationship and love each other are vibrating on that bottom part of the pyramid. Physiological needs. How many motherfuckers have you met at the top of his own pyramid? Self-actualization, male or female. So we got a lot of fugazis running around. Oprah Oprah's supposed to be up there. No. You did a whole documentary about a man who dead and the shit was a lie. And you supposed to be self-actualized. And guess what happens? A lot of sisters follow her as the template of spiritual evolution. I'm telling y'all, this is why we have to do these shows. Because I want to put you in front of what you think will make it work. And I want you to evaluate it objectively, honestly. How's your relationship going to work if you're trying to mimic white people? If you can't find love while you're poor, how you going to find it while you're rich? Money only exacerbates what's already there.
A lot of white people don't necessarily even have love. I mean, they'll marry because of merging of two wealthy families.
Exactly.
So, but at the same time...
So you saying you can do without it?
No, I'm not saying I can do without money. I want money.
No, I didn't say money. I'm talking about love.
Can I do without love? Yeah, I have love of myself.
This is where we live today.
I mean, I have a lot of unconditional love when it comes to my family. I feel when I bring a partner into my life, I will do it at the right time. But in terms of what I want, I take personal responsibility. So I'm trying to bring myself up so that I can create generational wealth, so I can pass something on to my kids when I'm ready. The only way I can do that if I prepare myself for success. So am I going to bring someone into the equation when I am seeking to do that? If I trust that the love will come, then it can come when it comes.
Do you trust the government?
No.
So, can I ask?
The only reason why I say that is because you do know every fiat currency that has ever existed has returned to zero worth.
Zero.
The dollar in your pocket is a fiat currency. Every currency that was fiat went to zero. You think that motherfuckers at a higher level, you know, the motherfuckers who make the decisions, them motherfuckers, you think that they don't sit around and be like, okay, it's France's turn now. You know what I mean? Okay, it's Britain's turn again. Right. So again, we're planning for the future inside of their context. So to me, the only real currency you got is the ability to develop love. If you can't develop love, then what the fuck do you have?
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, yeah.
I got a question. When you say money, because I've heard that before, how much?
When I say money in terms of
relationship, you say you want money, you need money. How much?
When I say I need money to do what? You just
be in the relationship. You said you. Money.
I don't have a specified currency
Is
associated with it. No, I'll know when I know. I mean,
I love Weekdays. Weekdays is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Just random.
No, I mean, I'll know when I know. For me, I don't put a limit on what it could be, truthfully. So,
is there a floor? Is there a floor?
Is there a minimum?
Like, is there a number since we're talking about money?
For me to be in a so you're saying for me to be in a relationship with this person, they need to
in your head. In your head, when you reflect generational wealth, this is the question. When you reflect generational wealth and being in this, I guess, relationship or by yourself, how much money is involved?
I mean, I'll be honest. I always said I'm not even having a child until I'm a millionaire.
Bam, there it is.
Okay.
I mean, that's my personal choice. Okay. That is my life. It's my choice. I don't have to align to someone else's thinking of what works for me.
Weekdays, what if I don't pull out?
Then you ain't getting in. The birth control exists for a reason. Mama didn't raise no fool. I mean, come on. And now, if you want to just be out here letting dudes do whatever with your body and putting you at risk, no.
I like it. Keep going.
I'm a woman. I'm smart enough. No, I'm not ready to have a child. So why would I put myself in a situation to have a child when that is not what I want to bring into the world at this point, when I'm still working on involving myself? So I take that responsibility for my health and well-being. You can get free birth control. If you don't have the ability to pay for it and go to a gynecologist, there is Planned Parenthood. So you walk into Planned Parenthood, they take walk-ins, and you can set appointments. You can go online. If you don't have access to internet, go to the library, get a library card, and access the internet that way. If you don't have it, then you ask a friend. If you don't have it, then you do a walk-in, and you go to the Planned Parenthood, and you get birth control that way.
But all of this is real logical. All that part.
Yeah.
Let's come back.
Yes.
In a world where 20 million black families only have $340,000 worth 1.2 or more, including their house and their pension.
Right.
But they got a whole lot of love.
Just hold on. Because I'm coming right back. You're not going to have a kid. You're not going to have a kid.
Yeah, Weekdays.
You're not going to have a kid until you are worth $1 million.
That's what she said.
That is what I say.
She didn't stutter.
I say what I mean, and I mean what I say.
And what I'm saying to you, what I'm saying to you is that fundamentally, if black people live by that standard, we're going to be kidless. The whole race.
I mean, China has a lot of millionaires, and they have a limit on the amount of children you can have.
This nigga's I know.
RahKhem, get to this microphone, RahKhem, because I'm about to open up the phone lines.
She's hilarious.
Listen, I'm about to open up the phone lines after RahKhem because I need to hear from callers. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. I need to know, love or money? Love or money? You call in, you tell me. You going for the money, fuck the love. Or love. Who is team love? Who's team bread? Who's with Weekdays? Call us right now. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. RahKhem.
Yeah, I mean, so I think that people's personal goals, are perfect, whatever they are. Like, definitely no judgment on what people are trying to do. You know, I have my own personal goals, and I think it's beautiful that, you know, women especially feel empowered to do whatever the fuck they want to do with their lives. What the point I was making with the love thing is that it's just, we don't have the options that we appear to have. It's just a lot easier when we can come together and build wealth. I'll give you an example. In Maryland, I lived in D.C. for 13 years. In Maryland, there was a group of black men who got together. 33 black men got together. They pulled their resources and they bought a Hampton Inn hotel. And then from there, they expanded to own, I don't even know how many businesses and hotels and stuff that they own. And see, all I'm saying is that the reason why they were able to come together, to me, is out of a form of love and trust. And most people don't have that skill. Like, this is not rocket science. We could easily come together, like 100 people, 100 black people, and just put our money together and instantly be players in the game. But what I'm saying is that because we don't have that skill, because we don't trust each other, because we don't like each other, because we function out of our ego, we close off options. So we say, okay, you know what, I'm going to do it myself. As if most of these millionaires, multimillionaires, I don't care who you're talking about, Mark Zuckerberg, any of these brothers, as if they made their money on their own. You see, we look at multimillionaires, we look at other people, and we assume that we understand how they got there because we see them on Front Street or in the newspaper or whatever. But the reality is it's usually the most powerful entity on the planet is a corporation or a cooperation. Groups of people coming together to make trillions of dollars. Like, that's the formula in capitalism. And so if you're doing it individually, it's just it's usually a tougher path. I'm not saying you can't do it or you shouldn't do it. I think it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's only because for a lot of us, we don't believe we have the option to pull resources to come together to work cooperatively to make money, and especially within families.
Tone?
The only thing I was going to say is I just really think, look.
Coming to the phone lines after Tone talk.
Like you said, Maryland, and I think that one of the things that's interesting is I expected it to be like Maryland, L.A., San Francisco, or New York, because those are only 5 places that got black people that have some money. Because our money comes through home ownership and also like pensions and stuff. But what you see is that we don't know that. Nobody taught us that. And I did a report with Sandy Darity, leading economist, intergenerational economist.
67 pages.
And what's happening now is we're all talking about an era that was, not that will be, or that even is. And I say right now, one of the things that black people are going to have to start doing is really redefining what safety is, what love is, what this moment is. Because what we're doing instead of doing that is we're saying stuff that is going to happen in the future like we still 12.
See, and let me jump in here real quick before I get to the phone lines. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. This is the shit that's pissing me off about this conversation. What I'm trying to prevent, right, to our relationships, I'm trying to prevent this from happening to our relationships, is what happened to yoga in America. Yoga has been commercialized like Mexican food at Taco Bell.
Right.
Niggas is stretching and hurting themselves.
In a hot room.
In a hot room and not getting no spiritual benefit from it. Yoga is supposed to help you climb the kundalini and turn into some fucking fairy tale dust. It's supposed to take you somewhere spiritually. It's not happening for people. Niggas is in there sweating and stretching. Yeah. I know if I was in a yoga spot, I would be perving off, just looking like, look at these pants. I would just be looking like, wow, look at that position. I wouldn't, do you understand what I'm saying?
Downward dog wouldn't look the same.
So look, we talking to Tone. Tone is on this side of the fence, and he's saying, look at the numbers. The numbers are bad.
Or your family. Just look at your own family.
He's like, look at that. Look at the lineage. Look at the legacy. Look at what's there. It ain't shit there, really, for the majority of us.
It's not in L.A., though. Understand that people in L.A.
LA is the benchmark. I know.
Little bubble.
the benchmark of poverty. We're the highest. This is but, and then, because I don't want that to happen, and then we go to RahKhem. RahKhem's on the spirit side. We are at a point where love and spirituality and all that shit is a fantasy. It's not real. It's as real as Jesus. I just got to be, because no disrespect to the people who love Jesus. I'm sorry. No disrespect, Jesus lovers of Jesus. I'm just saying, it's okay. Not Jesus. All right, Ricky Tikki Tavi.
I'm gone.
Thundar the Barbarian. Okay, the Rugrats. It's as real as the Rugrats. I'm just saying, like, the spirit shit is the reason you're in a relationship. It's the purpose for a relationship. Spiritual development. But we live in a society that makes that shit it's inert. It's not important, really. You know? You told me you'd rather be crying in a mansion. She said that on the show now.
I did.
I'd rather be crying and upset about a cheating ass, no good nigga in a mansion than crying in a hovel.
You be crying about the same nigga, though, in a shot. But here's my thing. We're talking about love and unconditional love. A lot of people don't even have unconditional love for themselves. So most people love with conditions. So it's great to talk about all this big, love and whatnot. And you say, these people bought a hotel because they had love. They probably had conditional love. I'm sure if one of them screwed the other over, that love would come with conditions. And also, love really did not buy that hotel. Like, try writing a check and putting love on it and see how far that gets you.
Lord have mercy. Love checks. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. This shit is getting real up in here. It's getting real. Well, let's get some callers. Are you team money? Team love?
All I need is love.
Let me tell you something. Watch this. Because, Sarah said something very important. She said, why can't it be both? And it can be both. You understand? Dig? But you have to understand, the spirit is intangible. It's non-linear. You can't take a course on spirit. You really can't. Motherfucking guru can't see for you. Can't experience for you. All he can do is point. Might be in that direction for you. That's it. That's all a spiritual teacher is supposed to do, is point in a direction. Can't see for you, can't experience for you, can't understand, can't comprehend for you. It's really simple. Okay. Dr. David Hawkins said this about love. Love is misunderstood to be an emotion. Actually, it is a state of awareness, a way of being in the world, a way of seeing oneself and others. You know how fucking hard it is to get to this level? So what's left? That's hard as fuck. That's when you are ready, grasshopper. Take the ball of rice from my hand. That's that level. This is high level spirit shit right here. So you know what's easier to do? Let me go to work, because in working, in building, I can see some results in a linear fashion. Right? If I just clean my credit up, that's a linear thing.
Talk about an empire. Building
right.
an empire.
But you see what I'm saying? You can do something in a linear way and get a result. Spirit doesn't work that way. So you don't understand why this motherfucker is in your life, because there's portions of yourself that are unresolved. So this person is here to say, hey, let me reflect this back to you so you can understand a little bit more about you. But that's getting in the way of you maintaining your bills, while at the same time being aspirational about millions and happily ever after.
Yeah, and Zoe, don't forget the foundation of how we get here with this discussion. We got here because relationships overall in this country have been dysfunctional, right?
Talk about it.
The failure rate's at like 90%, right? So not just marriage. Like before you get married, you've probably had at least 4 or 5 major relationships, maybe another 4 or 5 minor ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have 10 failed relationships from high school all the way maybe to your early 20s, mid 20s. And then you get married, and now we're saying the infidelity rate's at about 60 to 70%. We're saying the divorce rate's somewhere around 50. Whatever people want to choose, that's fine. And so what we're saying is, well, there's this dysfunction out here, and it's not working for people. And from a financial standpoint, what we're saying is it's also wreaking havoc on people's wallets, on their dreams, on us building generational wealth within our communities. And so, again, we just have to go back to the foundation of why we're even having this discussion. Because shit's not working.
Your wife has a book that talks about how there is no breakup.
Yeah, her book is called Change Your Man. And her book is saying, look, if I'm having dysfunction inside my relationship as a woman, I need to look at myself in terms of why I attracted this situation. Why my perception of this man is this. Why my perception of what he did is this. And then I need to check myself and adjust myself first, deal with my childhood traumas. And once I do that and work on that, I should see him show up differently. I should see the kind of men I attract into my life show up differently as well. The quality.
And I take that to mean the fact that there is an ending in your relationship meant you didn't love in the first place.
Yeah, it goes back to what Weekdays was saying, which is there was a lack of unconditional love for self. And that was exposed by the partner you chose to take on into your life and let into your body, as well as the fact that things didn't work out, they were only temporary. Now, if you're going to say that that's okay, I'm cool with that, then that's fine. That's how you live your life. But a lot of people say, well, you know what, I just lost 2-3 years wasting my time with this relationship. So I don't want to make that mistake again. I want to go through that again. I want to actually meet somebody, build this solid relationship, create a vortex of power and energy to build a solid family and grow from here. I don't want to go back to zero. You see what I'm saying?
No, I got
you. Part of the issue is that people, again, to me, this is one of the foundations, though. People are not able to create and manifest their life.
Right.
So when you see yourself not able to create and manifest, i.e. build wealth within your family or yourself, you get depressed.
Yep.
Whether you recognize that or not, that goes back to what you're saying. So now we have depression running rampant in all these communities and people. And so where do you go from there? Now depression leads to a lower IQ. Now you can't even think clearly about the next move you got to make.
Wow.
So my thing is like, no, let's focus on love of self first, like Weekdays said. Now I'm empowered to make the best decision I possibly can make for myself, career, and relationship.
So, RahKhem, is love, is it performance-based? Is love a verb?
Yes, love is work like a motherfucker.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe it's work? My thing is, because, again, how do you know if you contain love, if you have love? You know it based on what you're attracted into your life and how you react to people and events.
But I think that is something that just happens. Like, for instance, when they talk about the electron, right? There's something around an electron called the field.
Mm-hmm. The electromagnetic field?
No,
Which is?
No, they just call it the field.
Okay.
And Einstein recognized that the field is where all the power was in the electron.
Okay.
It determined the manifestation of the electron. The field. The field is not, it's not a linear thing. It's not something you can, first off, they don't even know when the electron wants to show itself. It pops in and out of our reality based on our observation.
Correct.
Love is like that. That's why I said for Dr. Hawkins, when I read Dr. Hawkins' quote, love is a level of consciousness. It's a level of elevated consciousness. That goes back to Abraham Maslow, the top of the pyramid of the hierarchy of needs, self-actualization. It is a vibration. It is a frequency. It's not something you can do. It's more of something you are. That's why I say you're a human being, not a human doing.
So let me agree with you, and let me change my statement. I agree that we are love essentially when we come into the world. So when we're infants, when we're children, we are love. We are creators. That's why when you look at a child, they don't understand, why can't I have everything I want? I don't get that, because a child's perspective is that I am God, I am a creator, that there are no limitations in life, that my power is infinite. But, adults over time teach you that, no, you're not God, you are limited, you can't do this, you can't do that. And then over time, you develop boundaries and conditionings that you have to now deconstruct when you become an adult, because you see that they're blocking you from getting what you want out of life.
When love is out of your life, or when you've lost awareness that you are love, you become a thing. Remember we talked about thinghood?
I just say this. Look, bringing it back to some basic stuff. I think we at a point now where if niggas don't get straight, we ain't going to have enough space for love, because we're going to be working all the time. And I feel like a lot of us are not getting honest about that, because we striving. And I did the show on super commuting. Got motherfuckers getting up at 6, get to work at 7:30, go work for somebody for 10 hours, come home, 9 hours, come home after another hour, and then get in the bed and do it all over again and make $170.
Here we go.
And so they think that they balling, but they making $22 an hour when you add it all in. And I doing the admin work. You ain't even learning how to make the finance decisions. And so I come back to this, and I think that one of the things that I see with black love right now, and what I run into with a lot of black brothers, is there's a certain requirement of blind optimism. And I think I have bar few black men, nobody really, black men used to at least be able to tell you what you can't do and what you can do.
Not no more.
Not no more. I'm not even just
can't tell none of these niggas what to do.
The car engine. No. I don't mean that. I don't mean can and can't do actions. I mean what's the ruler? How long is 12 inches? Where we at now is that everybody is seeking out somebody who will let you have 12 inches on the ruler. Y'all some nasty motherfuckers.
You see where they went? Look, they all went they all sat up what?
No, but I meant this in this.
I'm back.
Everybody's looking for somebody to actually tell them that the fantasy they have makes sense. And so now all the men like Steve Harvey's Zoot Suit are learning how to lie to you about fantasy. Instead of learning, we know what the world is. We can figure all that out. And then we can talk about what the actual world is, not what we wish it to be, not what we... And what's happening now is that I've realized with ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery, there's been a great awakening amongst black folks that the world is hugely limiting in this last 2 to 3 years for black folks particularly. And what's happening is that awakening is causing us to challenge what is safety, what is security, what is wealth. Because I don't see us becoming...
You got to speak into my...
I don't see us becoming millionaires. I just don't see that.
All right, here we go. Team love, team money. Let's get a caller on the line. Is somebody on the line? Who's here?
Yes.
Who is this?
It's Dana.
Dana from Dina. Let's represent.
Hi, Dana.
Hey, Dana. Hi, everybody. Hello. Weekdays. What do you do for a living?
Weekdays. She wants to know what you do for a living.
What do I do for a living? So my job is I work for a company that helps people cancel out their timeshares, and I manage one of the departments.
Okay, in layman terms, what is that?
Shit.
I don't know how much more to layman. I manage a department within a company.
She don't want to tell the company.
I'm not going to mention the company on air, but basically...
are you managing their time? Are you managing people?
I manage people. I have a team under me.
Doing?
I like that.
Basically, we vet our clients, and we determine what clients we will send our case screeners out for. So I basically determine whether or not it's a client that we can jeopardize company assets to have someone come and fly out to meet them. So I speak to clients throughout the country, and I manage a team of people that do it underneath me. And then I do also administrative work, and I do all the reporting for it, as well as I speak with all of our high-level clients that are over certain debt sizes in terms of their timeshare developer.
Okay.
Well, that was a lot.
And so this position is going to garner you $1 million, or are we talking about stocks, investments?
No, so I actually, on top of this, I also have a radio show on Dash Comedy. So it's called Kitty Radio. It's on Thursdays at 9 p.m. I also am a social media influencer that does brand deals and sponsorships with that. I also do comedy and perform regularly throughout LA. Really, my creative side is what's going to make me a millionaire. So on top of doing a full-time job, I also produce and host my own radio show, perform with 2 musical improv teams. I also do investments as well.
You ain't got to give your whole resume. Give her your social security number while you're
She's asking, so.
No, I'm asking because you said that you can't have it. I mean, you're not going to have or bring children into this world until you have $1 million. So I'm asking, as a person that hires people every day, what is going to make you this $1 million?
My creativity. I mean, truthfully, that's what I'm focused on. But I realize that I still have to pay my bills. So I work 12-hour days, and I've made that commitment to myself to not jeopardize my dream, but at the same time to be fiscally responsible. So I choose to juggle a lot.
Okay. Now, are you planning on bringing a partner into this situation to possibly contribute?
At some point, hell yeah. Somebody got to help me carry these bills, nigga. Somebody.
At some point, when I meet the person that I would like to partner with and build with, absolutely. But I'm very centered in my family. I have an amazing support system. And I'm very whole in myself. So I trust that when I meet that person that I'm like, yeah, this is it. I'll know that and I'll feel that.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Weekdays.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, Zoe, let's get back to the real world and fantastical views. But
I told you.
I knew it was coming. I fucking knew it was coming. Go ahead, Dana.
I want to thank you for this topic, and it's really good. I'm glad Tone is there. I'm glad what it sounds like you're doing is you're mixing a little bit of the Mansion series along with the Voice of Reason. And it's good. It's good. It's good to get this out. I'm glad you asked the ladies the questions up front because we got to hear a little bit from the representatives and a little bit of who they are. So I'll continue to listen.
Thank you, Dana.
Wow.
Damn, Dana gave y'all a report card.
You should just say the representative.
Principal Dana.
I know she would.
Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, shit.
Hey, caller. You got to turn your entire car down. Your car loud.
One second. All right, hang on one second. Can you hear me now?
I mean, we could hear you. You just sound terrible.
Okay, yeah, my name is Nick. I'm 22. I'm calling out of Atlanta. I just got a question about the whole relationship thing or whatever. Well, I'm getting to it. Well, my point is the Zodiac, like the Zodiac thing that you talk about, is that a belief system itself? And if it is, does the relationship that you had with your parents does it affect, like, the stigma? Like,
come on now with this question now.
I can't even hear that. You said that?
Come on now. I got my brother over here, RahKhem. RahKhem he wrote a book on Zodiac and the relationships and all of that. What is your question specifically?
Specifically, okay, I'm a Cancer, right? So, my girl, she believes in a lot of that stuff, and it's a negative stigma that people think that Cancers are, like, real emotional. So I was saying, like, I didn't really have the best relationship with my mom, right? So it doesn't seem like it fits it. So I was just wanting to know, like how does that work?
Are you calling for a reading, my nigga?
I'm going to give you my scheduling link.
Right, because not right now.
No, I mean, the bottom line is who you are as a person, which includes your chart, your astrological chart, is going to affect how you view the world. It's also going to give you certain tendencies in terms of how you tend to lean, right? So Cancers, I don't agree that Cancers are actually emotional. My view on Cancers is that you guys amplify everything, meaning you guys are hype. When you're sad like a motherfucker. Like, you guys just go through everything. And Cancers also tend to, you guys tend to attach to people, kind of like Scorpios. So So you need to, you need to acknowledge who you are and how you behave, right? And then, like I said in the beginning, it's about growth. Like, you in a relationship now, man, you have to grow. You can't be with your woman and not challenge yourself. So if she's saying you need to do this, this, and this, look at it objectively. Don't just take her word for it, but look at it objectively and decide, okay, you know what? I can do better here and here, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to work on it. If I don't know how to do it, I'm going to find somebody who can support me. So yes, look at your astrological chart. Listen to what people are telling you about who you are and how you are. Take that data and begin to do some work on yourself, and never stop doing that work.
So, all right, brother. Thank you for the call. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now, I'm going to say this again. Money or love? That's what we're asking. Which team are you on? Money or love? 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. Caller, you're on the line.
What's up, Zo? This person from Compton.
Compton in the house, without a doubt. What's up, Nick?
CPT.
What's up? Yo, so this is how I feel about the whole thing. Love.
No, which team are you on first?
Love.
You the love team.
Yeah, I'm telling you why. Love is law. That's how I feel about it.
Love is the law.
Love is law. Love is law. You can't do everything, but you can do everything that you want to do as far as being with somebody and doing the whole money thing and wanting money. That's cool. But you don't want to come home to a motherfucker that you hate. You don't want to come home to a motherfucker that because you got a gang of money. What is that, bro? You don't want to come home to somebody that you can't get along with, but you got a lot of money.
I could smoke a bag of that if I smoked.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the flip side to it is you find somebody that you can I don't want to use the word vibe, so I'm gonna say you find somebody that you can really connect with on that spiritual level. And when you find somebody that you can connect with on that spiritual level, you love them enough to want to help them fulfill all their dreams.
I got you. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Because we got to move. There's a lot of callers,
yeah,
bro.
That's cool. What I wanted to do is I wanted to give an example of myself.
Okay, well.
That's cool. Can I do that?
Quickly.
All right. I did everything. I built my business on my own. Man, that shit was hard as hell. I'm a truck driver. I got my own truck and all that shit. But if I had somebody who was on my side to do the shit with me, I had 3 trucks by now.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So that's all I wanted to say. Love is law.
Appreciate it. Love is law.
Thank you.
What team are you on, love or money? Somebody call us right now. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Peace, family. This Infinity from Baltimore.
Infinity from B-More.
You already. Yo, I'm definitely team love all day as an alpha male. I'm team love all day. Shout out to Mimi and Peaches because it's real. If you look in the room, you look at the age and the wisdom that's being spoken. Like Weekdays, the other sister, I forgot her name, who said, like, money. When you're listening, you're around the people that's saying it, just think about the reasons why they're saying love over money. Because I don't know no motherfuckers out here that got money with nobody and are happy. Not one. I never even heard of nobody like that. Matter of fact, I hear stories of people with the most money that are by themselves. They are the most, they ready to commit suicide if they haven't already. Because with Zoe and what the show is about elevating spiritually. We have to elevate spiritually. We all going to leave here one day, and we got children and babies, and you can't feed them money. You know what I'm saying? Like Weekday said earlier, you can't sign a check with love. But guess what? See, that's the thing. What the brother was saying, RahKhem was saying, oftentimes when we hear things that's opposed to what our opinions and what we think is whatever we're doing, we replace it. And so love doesn't have to replace money. They can coincide with each other. But at the end of the fucking day, at the end of your fucking life, if you ain't got love, man, you don't have nothing. That paper, you can rip $100 bill up. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. You need that love. You come from a family, Weekdays, and whoever else thinks like that. You come from a family of love. You don't come from a family with money.
All right, thanks for the call, man. Weekdays is like a nigga, I'll beat your ass.
I get what he's saying, though.
Thank you, brother. We appreciate the call.
Let's grow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A lot of men are going to say love.
I have a question for all these men that say love. Is it real love or is it conditional love? If your wife were to be with another man, are you still going to love her and stay?
You know
in
we're
that?
not going to love her.
Exactly. So let's stop. Let's stop.
Yes, you will.
Let's
You're
stop.
gonna love her.
Like a lot of people love with conditions. If they were put in a certain circumstances, that love is not going to last. It's going to be based on certain.
So
conditions.
you're team conditional love. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm just saying, like, let's take the veil off and let's talk about love, because people can say love, but that may be conditional in terms of what they would actually do in certain circumstances.
I'm telling you, Weekdays.
Yes, so.
Most people you meet are spiritual paupers. They're spiritual commoners.
Right.
They are spiritually vulgar. What that means is they're going to be transactional. What that means is they're going to be fearful. What that means is they're going to be conditional. They're going to be mercenary. That's 99.9% of the motherfuckers you fuck.
I think a lot of people put
Who would like
themselves
to
in
argue that?
environments as well. Like if your environment is a certain, so like if you did Herbalife and you just around in that room where they be screaming and agreeing. No, because it does have to do with it. Because if you in that room, if you in that convention and everybody in there screaming about how you gonna sell somebody some powder,
Yeah.
you ain't gonna find too much spirit in there. That's just me. That's just the way I see it. No.
Some people
See, what I'm
love
saying,
Herbalife.
What I'm saying to you is because it's a great example of hustling people that's in your community. And I'm saying to you, like, what's happening now is it comes back to what you said. So a lot of people haven't been in the spaces that you're talking about.
Right.
As far as everybody just ain't talking about, like, trying to make some kind of, like, crust of money off of the next person.
Right.
They really in the room trying to connect. It's funny because sometimes you find that in, like, rehab centers and, in Alcoholic Anonymous. But you also can find that in people who've been through it. Dope dealers who've already had bread that they don't want to count no more. I think for a lot of younger people, what we're seeing now, because that's the other thing we're seeing, younger people, they really feeling that pressure of, like, you got to be a millionaire to be somebody.
Right.
And, like, I don't know how they don't know that, like, I don't see what y'all talking about. Like, because, like, I'm going to be real with you. Like, one of my clients is Skilo, did the song I Wish I Was a Little Bit Taller. I had a several $100,000 check come to my house for him. And I'm saying, I see in my hands. But at the end of the day, I'll talk to somebody else. Or Byron Allen, I interviewed him. He bought the Weather Channel cash.
$300 million cash.
And I say all this to say not to be flossy, but more so to say, I think what happens is a lot of black people talk about people who aren't really making money, but are kind of like telling you they make money. Or I want to do this tax business. So and the reason why I bring up Herbalife, because that's the whole business model. It isn't even about health. It was about selling you on you gonna be a millionaire.
Right.
And I think that once you take yourself out of the capitalistic super predator salesman model, you can find love a little easier. That's just.
Yeah. Love. Listen. Love is the reward for conquering the self. Right? That's the reward. That once you conquer the weakness in yourself, and weakness is really the opposite of strength. Right? It's strength ignored. Listen to that. Strength ignored. See, you think it's a weakness, but once you embrace it, it opens up and becomes a strength. Right? We got a lot of shit that we got to get out of our spirit. Right? That we've been through, whether it be trauma, with misunderstanding, heartbreak, all this shit. Slavery, poverty. We got to get a lot of shit out of us. Right?
Yep.
So that we can gain the reward of self-love. One, self-love is acquired or observed within self. Then we start to magnetize different people at the same level who have also overcome themselves. Now we get to understand what the real purpose and meaning of the spiritual relating is about. The problem is fear-based society. Fear-based beliefs, fear-based doctrines, scarcity doctrines. And that keeps us on the hamster wheel of safety, certainty, chasing it. You understand? This is why love is a fantasy for most people. This is why most people will prostitute their integrity. Yep. This is why most people will barter their bodies, their integrity, their character. Everything's for sale. Because now I need to be safe. Well, of course you need to be safe in a fear-based society.
Exactly.
It's really that simple.
Come on.
It's a fear-based society, and you talking about Disney and UCLA, and you're not getting any of that shit.
Man, $1 million to get in USC.
And because of that, you know, going back to what Weekdays was saying, the love is conditional with everybody. But that's the thing. I mean, the goal is to move towards unconditional love, to move towards freedom. Because if you have traumas and you have conditionings and you've been trained a certain way in society to be primarily materialistic, then that's gonna make you somebody who's conditional about everything, including love.
Ooh.
But your relationship scenario is going to expose that, because your partner's going to do something or say something. You'll be like, and that's going to trigger you, and then you're going to realize, I do not love my partner.
Right.
Now you might not have the self-realization to realize that you don't love them, like, oh, that just pissed me off. No, you don't accept who they are. You don't love them unconditionally. And like we go back to the mirror aspect, if I don't love them conditionally, it means there's a part of myself that I also don't love conditionally. Right. And so that's the spiritual work. So we're moving towards unconditional love. No, none of us are unconditional.
Just like I said in the holographic relationship fine-tuning chapter, if the universe is fine-tuned, how can your experiences not be? Oh, I'm just a good person who attracted a fuck up. No, no. There's a purpose and a reason for everything.
Right.
And the really confusing thing about spirituality is that it is both fate and indeterminate. So fate is involved based off of consciousness. What are you talking about, Zoe? Whatever the thinker thinks, the prover will prove. So now there's a race to get to your mind to control what you think about shit, so you don't create the type of reality you want. Do you understand? This is some cold shit, man. It's a whole nother game here, man. Let me get a couple of callers in here right now. Callers, save these people from themselves. You're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Zoe. It's Taurus from Atlanta.
Oh, shit.
Hey, girl.
Fuck.
We missed you Monday.
Here we go.
Look, Peaches, I heard it. I heard the show. You threw me under the bus. Mimi, thanks for the support that you gave. I appreciate that.
I got your back, Taurus.
For the record, it takes one to know one. It takes crazy to know crazy.
Nah, nigga. You're not finna share your crazy with me. That shit yours by itself, goddammit.
Your ass is crazy.
I'm on the outside of your asylum. Now keep talking. See what happens.
Wait. Wednesday, do you have a budget?
Who you talking to?
Wednesday. Do you have a budget Wednesday?
Wednesday or weekdays?
This is not the Addams family.
Weekdays.
She's asking you if you have a budget.
Do you have a budget?
Yes.
Okay. Do you exceed? Okay. Do you live within your means of the budget?
Yeah, I prefer to live under my means.
Okay. Good. Okay. Do you have life insurance?
Of course.
Do you have disability insurance?
Of course. I'm answering for her. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because I know her daddy.
Exactly. So she, with all of this love money thing, I think she's okay with having that expectation for somebody that's coming in.
What are you, caping for weekdays? Don't call in here. Listen, you already taking up too much motherfucking time. What do you want?
I got to address, I got two more things to address, and then so I'm going to address you.
You're not going to address me.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. You don't have.
I am.
We don't have time to fuck with you today.
Yes,
now,
you do.
what do you want?
Make the time. Now, what's the gentleman's name? RahKhem?
RahKhem.
RahKhem. Okay, RahKhem.
You can't address everybody in the room. There's 16 people in here.
Stop interrupting me, and I can get through this. RahKhem, were you there Wednesday night?
Yeah, I was there. Me and.
Okay, can you? Okay, no, you made the comment about accountability being a masculine trait, right?
I did.
Shit.
Okay, can you go into that? Can you go deeper into that?
Hold on, RahKhem, hold on. I'ma handle her.
Go deeper into that.
I'ma handle her. Hey, this is a different goddamn show, Taurus. It's a different show.
And let me address it like this. Let me address it like this, Taurus. In your opinion, who is more likely to go through their partner's phone, a man or a woman?
Oh my God, I guess a woman, because they're nosy.
Now we're done.
Right, that's the integrity issue. So a woman feels more, whatever the word is, empowered to do that because she's not operating out of integrity. It's harder for a man to pick up his woman's phone and go through it or to stalk her page or whatever than it is for a woman.
No, I just think he doesn't care.
That's an integrity issue.
Okay, we're done here. Hey, Taurus.
That's a whole other show.
Taurus, this is another show.
So I'm.
That's why they don't do it.
What just happened?
That's not why they don't do it.
I think we lost her.
That was a bad connection.
Bye, Taurus. Thank
Caller,
you.
you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, you're on the line. Speak on it.
This is Jeremiah Wans, man, calling from out of DMV. Shout out to the whole ADOS family real quick, man. I really, really appreciate what y'all doing, Tone Talks, man. Big things. I appreciate you. Listen, ladies, gentlemen, these guys are telling you 100% facts, the truth, man. Learn how to regulate your energy and how to map your level of consciousness. This is key. It is crucial to, the success of our community, man. Stop chasing this money. It's false. It vibrates, below 200. It's false. It's an illusion.
Weekdays is over there like, what the fuck kind of gobbledygook?
So I study this soul sciences like every day, man. And I've been studying this map of consciousness, Dr. David R. Hawkins, and so on and so forth, man, for a long time. And like a lot of people, I've gone through, a failed marriage, and I'm a Cancer man. My ex-wife was a Aries. If that has, if you want to look at from that angle. But, it's very real science, man. It is a science of energetics. That's what it's called. It's quantum physics, the science of energetics. And if you vibrating on a low frequency, you're going to fail. You're going to fail a lot and often in all of your relationships, because your relationships are exchanges of energy.
Thank you, brother.
Between you and another person. Thank you, guys, man. Have a good night. Y'all be safe and be blessed.
Man. All right, now.
You too. Thank you.
Wow. I hope you guys learned something today. Capitalism has made you mercenaries. When love is not enough, listen, you can't go to church and be like, I believe in Jesus. Jesus was the ultimate act of love, according to the book. Right? For God so loved the world. Right? Like, fuck it. I love you guys more than my son. So I'm going to use my son as the living curry goat. We're going to sacrifice Jesus.
Bully.
It's no greater love than this, a man
But
lay
what
down
I'm
his
saying
life for his
is,
friend.
what I'm saying is that scripture is a metaphor. Love requires sacrifice. Right?
Yes. Through that.
Y'all not trying to sacrifice shit. We heard it tonight. You guys want safety. Safety, security, predictability. You guys want that, and that is not love. That doesn't lead to love. Sorry. I'm sorry. But I don't care. Shit. Look at these phone lines. We can't get to everybody. But let me just say, this is the beginning of the conversation. It's not the end. Right? Tone Talks is next. In 8 minutes, Tone will be on the air live. I want everybody who's listening to me to tune in to Tone, because he about to kill the game. Because he talks about the numbers, man.
Doing Joe Biden tonight.
What is it?
He's the Andrew Yang of the black community.
Hey, what is it? What is it? 2053 is the year.
Wealth.
Zero wealth.
Yeah, I had him on the show. You know, the guy that did that report, Chuck Collins. His grandfather's Oscar Mayer.
And his grandfather is the wiener nigga.
Yeah.
Listen, he did the report that said in 2053, black and brown will be penniless. That's the forecast for black wealth. You gonna be penniless, my nigga?
Well, $200 liquid is penniless.
How you gonna love? I'm just saying. Hey, you better try to develop some love skills now. 2053 run around this motherfucker. Y'all all right, look, we gotta go. I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. The Voice of Reason, Mansions, and TheZoWhatShow for this week. The shit was fire. My man, you got something to promote. Hit it now.
Yeah, go to eventbrite.com and check out Tantra in Los Angeles, July 5th through the 7th. We're doing a retreat here in Los Angeles. It's going to be tight. Teaching Tantra, sacred sexuality, and sacred adornment for women. So check us out, eventbrite.com, Tantra, Los Angeles, July 5th through the 7th.
There you go. Go ahead, Peach. Hurry up.
Hey, you guys, if you're in the LA area, don't forget Sunday night, Barbara Morrison Theater, 7 p.m., the Stevie Mac Show. We're doing a live taping with yours truly.
All right, my niggas, love y'all. We gonna see y'all next week. Deuces. Shit was hot monkey lava.
Your favorite word, monkey lava.